What are you looking at, so?
I'm looking at the guy I talked to yesterday in Tyler Milliken. I said, what are you going to do mid-July when you still have that hour thing you have to do after Felger and Maz? What do they call that?
The baseball hour.
So you'd be like doing the baseball death hour.
Oh, it's only just been every single year since I started working in my
I know,
professional
I'm
life.
joking. Yeah,
but this is my reality. I never get to enjoy a good baseball team since I started doing this, and it's killing me inside.
Maybe it's you.
I think it is me.
I mean, the broadcast is just talking about, well, you can see that one coming. I mean, it's getting to the point, 5 in a row, we can see that one coming. Even Dave O'Brien.
How many dumb things did the Red Sox actually do yesterday? Cedon Rafaela not seeing Connor Wong holding at third base cost you. Jaron Duran dropping a ball that stopped Brian Bayo from getting through 5 innings. Ultimately led to Dobbins being out there for an extra inning.
Why couldn't Brian Bayo get through 5 innings, even with the drop ball?
They didn't like the matchup against Yelich. They wanted Bernardino out there. Yeah, who has thrown 15 times in the month of May, tied for the most appearances in all of baseball over that stretch. He burnt out at the All-Star break last year. He might not even make it to June this year.
Yeah, he's an everyday player.
Hell, David Hamilton got lucky. He got picked off and somehow got into second because the throw to first or from first was horrendous.
Can you tell that Milliken's fired up now? The beast has been awakened.
Even Nick Sogard, that whole play in the 10th inning, credit to Justin Slayton for taking the blame for it. Nick Sogard's fielding the ball in front of Christian Campbell at second base, where if you just go to first, Sogard, you get there and field the throw, you don't have a problem. Doesn't help that Slayton didn't go and cover the bag either, but that's what happens when you have guys playing first base that haven't played it a ton.
You are right, though. There has been a transition. Because a couple weeks ago, it was, hey, they're only 3 games out of first. You get hot a little bit, and they're right back in it, and now acceptance is kind of
You're
set
like
in
a real
here.
talk show host now.
No, he's angry now.
Yeah.
No, he's angry. Yeah. He's mad that he has to watch this every day.
I think we know why he cling to 2021 so much now.
I get it.
Makes sense.
It starts making a lot of sense.
Oh, my God, 3 more months of this.
Oof. Yeah.
Oh, Milliken.
And it's a problem. And they've got to act. I don't know why they keep going out there every day and expecting a different result. I don't know why when they send Brian Bayo to the mound, they're expecting something different every time that he goes out. It's what it is, guys. This is what it is. You've got to do something else. You can't just expect to send Brian Bayo out there and get, 7 innings. It's not going to happen. Forget 7. You're not going to get 5 or 6.
5 straight starts where he's gone less than 5 innings.
Yeah. You're not going to get it.
Your bullpen right now is 3rd, I believe, in all of baseball in terms of innings so far this year. You saw how they burnt out, and now you're going to have to do that in the second half with a rotation that isn't as good as it was a year ago.
Yeah, it's a problem. Some real issues, some fundamental breakdowns happening here. I would say that beyond just their issues with, the pitching matters, they play a sloppy game daily now. This is part of the problem. So is it just their roster is bad or just their rotation isn't good enough? No. You know why? Because they're in a bunch of games.
Yeah.
They're in games all the time. You know when you get walked off? When you're still in the game. When it's not over in the late innings of the game.
Wait, 5-17?
It's not like they're getting blown out day after day. It's not like they're losing 10-zip. They're in these games. That, to me, is the very frustrating part.
Starting to sound like Alex Cora from yesterday.
Well, I mean, he's changed his tune. But I would say that should kind of prove to the people above the field staff and the players, hey, we didn't make a horrible roster here. This roster, yes, it's flawed. Yes, the pieces don't fit together the way we would probably like them to. Yes, we've had to ask players to play positions they've never played before, including Christian Campbell heading to first base in Atlanta. That's about to happen. That's not ideal, but we do know this roster has been capable of being in a lot of games that they've come out on the wrong side of. That should be the thing that is alarming to, I don't even know. I guess Craig Breslow. I guess. Theo. Sam. John himself. Somebody should look at this and say, all right, yeah, it's not ideal. It's not perfect, and we've had injuries, and yeah, that sucks. But are we this bad? Shouldn't we be a little bit better than what we are?
I think at this point in the year, like following the Bregman injury, the roster and it not having enough talent is going to become very clear. Before that, I think everything you're saying is right. But you look at the Orioles, they're one of the worst teams in the entire sport. The Brewers were under 500 in a team that had underperformed heavily before they just came in and swept you. So I think when you start facing better teams like the Yankees in a couple series, you're going to see how big the gap has actually become.
Sure, but you do have bad teams on your schedule the rest of the way. Do you not?
Yeah, that you keep losing to.
I know it's not coming up, but they shouldn't be in. They should not be losers of 5 straight right
no,
now.
I talked to you guys a week and a half ago.
I can't agree with.
Sorry,
their roster is not why they've lost 5 straight.
I asked you a week and a half ago, before these 2 series, before the Brewers and before Baltimore, and I said, what's the number? What's the number have to be? And you guys were like 7-3? Yeah, 6-4, that like minimum. You're not even close to that.
No.
Marcelo Myers, your cleanup hitter, and he hasn't been in the big leagues for a week.
That's not fair to him.
That's so unfair.
That's
and
so
they've
unfair
talked
to
so
him.
much
But this is
about
where you
not
crush
making
the
any
kid.
of these guys saviors. Campbell's playing first base. He's the worst hitter in all of baseball in the month of May, and he's trying to learn a third position out there right now.
They might get is he still hurt?
That's a fair thing. If
He
you actually
feels
go
hurt.
back and look at when the rib discomfort was, that was right when his production went downhill.
They might want to consider at some point shutting him down for a few days.
Which makes the first
Trying to
base
get that
thing even
right.
crazier if he's not healthy.
Makes that contract look great.
Well, the injury would help the cause with making the contract look better. That his performance has been not due to him just not being as good as they thought he was. By the way, those contracts for those kids are looking great between Bayo and Christian Campbell, huh?
Yeah, not the best.
And Raffaello.
And Raffaello.
Oh, boy.
Not the best throw I've ever seen from Campbell yesterday. That was tough.
Hey, could be hurt.
I hope there's a lesson not to do that and not to do these futures contracts that they were doing with pitchers.
Yeah, Cedon Raffaello, 8 years and $50 million. I mean, that's not exactly significant money.
6.25 AAV. That's Harrison Bader money.
Yeah, I mean, you keep adding these up, though, and you say to yourself, like, well, if you're going to sign the young kids, why don't you sign the ones that you know are going to hit?
No, we just don't bring those up. We don't bring those guys up to the majors.
Yeah. Which is another conversation, and that is, where the hell is Roman Anthony? What are they doing? What are they waiting for? What is the issue here?
That's the part that doesn't make any sense to me. So Breslow talked to Alex Spear and says that we want Roman Anthony to learn how to hit non-fastballs in the strike zone. We're really going to try to zero in on that. Meanwhile, you're putting your other rookies, Marcelo Myers hitting 4th. Christian Campbell's learning new positions in Major League Baseball. And yet this guy that's absolutely mashing at AAA right now is not ready to go? How does that make any sense? Square those two things for me.
No.
Makes zero sense.
It doesn't. So the struggles of Christian Campbell at the plate over the last month plus don't concern you?
Yeah.
Or don't make you think you may have promoted him too soon? Or you don't think that putting, again, the kid who's been here for 5 minutes in the cleanup spot.
That might not be a tough spot for him. Like
And
what
Roman
are you
Anthony
talking about?
outperformed them all at AAA by a wide margin.
Yes.
Wide. He's 5th in OPS down there. 2nd youngest player at AAA right now.
What are we doing? What is the deal?
Service time manipulation. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
That's pathetic.
Especially for a team that's trying to say it's about winning now. Your actions don't match that whatsoever.
What year do we actually have to worry about that? 2030 something?
Yeah.
His age 27th season.
Yep. Craig Breslow won't be here then. He'll be long gone. He'll be long fired. He won't last. So he shouldn't be concerned with it. That's the thing that I find so funny about all the service time manipulation in the sport. All
It's
the
like,
guys,
why do you care?
All
You're
the
not
guys
gonna
who
be
are
here.
manipulating the service time are likely out of a job before it even becomes a factor. Most of them are fired. Most GMs don't last as long as it's going to take for that to become a consideration for them.
It's a great point.
Like,
This goes off the rails this
yeah.
year for Craig Breslow.
Yeah.
You're really going to be around in 5 years?
I
Yeah.
understand the mandates from an owner. That's it. No. We have to maximize that. That's part of your job and your job responsibilities and your duties. I would turn to them and be like, nah, F you. I'm not listening to you. I'm promoting the guy. And it's like, well, you were either going to get fired within a few years because your team sucked, or you're going to get fired for just not manipulating the service time. I'd rather go down fighting is what I would rather go down doing. And if I'm Craig Breslow, service time should be the last thing on my mind.
They're terrified of him finishing 1st or 2nd in Rookie of the Year voting. Jacob Wilson right now leads it, and he's been nasty for the A's so
What a
far.
horrible
What
thing that
a
would
weird
be.
thing to be
What a
fearful
bad
of.
thing
I know.
that would be.
And that's the problem. That's
This
what
kid's
you're
going to be
saying.
too successful for us.
He's going to be
He's
too
too
good.
good.
Too impactful.
Too
good.
And now you have today, which it feels like a lot of people are hinting at something going on with the Red Sox, but you have the Super 2 deadline coming up on June 2nd for Roman Anthony as well, which impacts money. Jaron Duran just went through this, where if, he's called up before then, all of a sudden he gets an extra year of arbitration instead of being on the minimum, which is more money, more you kind of cheaping out. In all
You're
reality.
gonna end up losing Durant through all this too.
So they're
like the
cheaping
Malays,
out.
if you don't get out of it, like they're gonna sell some pieces here before the deadline.
So Milliken summed it up for you. Where's Roman Anthony? He can't come yet because the Red Sox are still cheap. Okay.
It's going to be too good.
They're going to be too good, and the team is too cheap, and they are cheaping out again in a smaller way. But that's the problem. They're too cheap. Maybe they're too cheap to get rid of their manager. who's a total dud at this point. This guy shouldn't still be here. They should really honestly clean out the staff. Fatsy should have been gone a month ago. He's still here. Cora is so checked out that he's forgetting what he said the day before. That's what I think happened yesterday. Or he decided, you know what? I don't feel like taking crap anymore, so I'll just say whatever it is that people want to hear from me. That happened yesterday after the loss. Another terrible loss. They all look the same, but to Alex Cora, there was some light bulb going off yesterday in Milwaukee. You'll hear it. Compare and contrast Alex Cora's comments. You know what he's doing there? He's raising the white flag to the public criticism.
Sounds like you heard what Rob Refschneider said.
Yeah. He's just raising the flag. He's saying, all right, fine. You got Refschneider out here saying we suck. We've got people getting all over me for saying that I thought we played well the day before. We have the comments from the day before. Another walk-off in Milwaukee. I mean, what did that one sound like for Alex?
If you look at it, you look at the scores. We got a hit. At one point we got a hit, but they're good baseball games, right? Today was good. The ones against Baltimore too. You go back to the Mets. So that's the way I see it. That's my job, right? Try to keep it positive. We know where we at. We're not winning games, but are we playing bad baseball? I don't know, man. That's for others to tell us. But I think we're doing some good things. We need to be better than others. I think offensively we have to pick it up.
Wait, I thought it was the job of others to say if it was bad baseball. Why is it now his job yesterday? What happened to your job duties and responsibilities?
Somebody told me he sounds like Joe Sacco. It was a good game. It was a good hockey game.
Well, yeah, it was good. No, it was great.
We lost, but it's my job to keep it positive. So it was a good game. We had a good game. Fun game to watch. Imagine waking up today.
Can I ask a question?
Packing your bags.
What the hell is he talking about that they had good games against Baltimore? They had the one good game when they scored a boatload of runs.
That's fresh in his mind in the walk-off.
And I do appreciate that they hung in there for the walk-off, but he has to admit, the only reason they had an opportunity to have that win was because Baltimore's a stupid team, and they pitched to Devers. Yep. Idiots. Thanks for the win. Thanks, you bozos. And that's it. What is it? He liked the way the series wrapped up against Baltimore.
It's good baseball.
When the only runs they had were individual runs in the ninth inning, the last inning of each of them, to, again, miraculously avoid the shutouts, which is a stunning streak that this team has been able. They're the last team left in Major League Baseball to not be shut out. They still find a way to score a run every night.
It reminds me of the 04 Sox, really, this offense.
It is. It's
just mashing.
Just mashing. They never stop. No.
Are we playing bad baseball? I don't know, man. That's for others to tell us. We didn't play well today.
What the?
Keep in mind that game 4 was when they gave up the Little League home run that Ryan O'Hearn hit that Ceddanne Rafaela airmailed and then Meyer threw into the dugout.
No, they thought that was a good game. They're playing good baseball in that one.
It's exciting to watch.
Yeah, I mean, no, that was good baseball. Yesterday, well, now they've crossed a bridge into bad baseball. I don't know if you guys know that. I mean, that to me is a guy who's checked out. He doesn't care.
No.
He doesn't give a flip anymore about how this all looks or how the team looks out there. And he went from one day saying, no, we're playing good baseball.
For others to tell us. We didn't play well today.
Are we playing bad baseball? No. Come on. How dare you? How dare you ask me if we're playing bad baseball? Losers of 4 straight. What? Now we know his breaking point. When Cora hits 5 straight losses against bad teams, then
panic button, smash it.
Yeah. Good one, McCollum. He's Lobel, pounding the desk, hitting the button. That's what he's doing now.
That's for others to tell us. We didn't play well today.
No, well, today. Just today, huh?
All month.
Oh, it's just today.
But it was a close game. Extra innings.
Yeah, they've had a lot of close games, and they come out on the wrong side of them frequently.
This was the entire day for Core, too. You have the bad post game. You have all the mental errors during the game. And then before the game, the entire incident where you admit you're still trying to convince Rafael Devers to play first, but you can't. You're just unable to. That's what it says. And then, yet we're still talking about it.
Third's out. You like that declaration from Cora? Like we're
not a consideration.
We're having conversations with him.
What's
third? Not part of the conversation.
Third's not part of it. But what's his record since he took the day off? 1 or 2 wins?
The one win on
The walk-off.
Saturday.
A walk-off.
Are we counting the one that they had against the Mets when he got ejected?
No,
No, he didn't go 5.
no, he didn't get 5. Hey,
good point,
You're right,
T-Bone.
because if a
Yeah.
pitcher,
It's like a
Rules are
rainout.
rules, yeah.
It's like a rainout. They'd have to restart.
Starting pitcher.
yeah, 1 win since he banged out
One lucky win is what it was.
because of the other team's stupidity.
Thank you, Baltimore. Exciting, though. Great day at the ballpark.
They keep on this trend. You're going to be able to snag those type of easy tickets on any random Saturday.
I mean, I do enjoy that.
That is pretty cool, though.
I do enjoy that.
What do you want to do today? Screw it. Let's go to game.
And you know why I can still justify, and fans can still justify at least paying for tickets now, the protest that I had ended at the start of the year, is at least I know that ownership went out, got Bregman. They went out, they paid for Chapman on this overpriced deal that has turned out to be a winner, right?
Yeah.
I know he blew the save the other day, but still, that's a winning deal that they made.
At least your
They
problems,
made a big trade for Crochet. Like, they made moves. They're invested. They've got money invested here. They just have guys that don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They have Breslow who doesn't know what he's doing. They've got a manager who's definitely gone stale, to borrow that term from Terry Francona. They have shelf lives, and he's at the end. He's tight. You got to throw. This is when you clean out the pantry. He's part of it. Like, nope. No, these expired 6 months ago. Throw that one away. You know, that's what it is.
so-
he's at the end. He's checked out. He's not locked in. The team's not locked in. They reflect the leadership of this team. They've got a hitting approach that is asinine. How many strikeouts they have yesterday? Do we have a number on that? If you could tell me. It's a lot.
I'll look
Is
it
it
up.
another 10 spot?
Boatload of strikeouts again yesterday. And
13 yesterday.
13 Ks, which on like any day you say, holy crap, a team struck out 13 times in a game. That's happened a half a dozen times at least.
Literally almost
They're number one
two
in
an inning.
all of baseball with strikeouts with runners in scoring position.
Holy crap.
Oh my God. Since the start of 2024, since the start of last season, the Red Sox are third in Major League Baseball in strikeouts with 2,092. 2,092 strikeouts over the last 2 years. They are only behind the Rockies, who have 2,166, and the Mariners, who have 2,106, which is, again,
2092 is also the year they want to bring up Roman Anthony. So they have that in common.
14 more. Yeah, that's great. They only have 14 fewer, that is, than the Mariners, who are second on that list. They strike out a ton. The Fatsy approach is dead. I don't know. I don't know what this drive line crap is. I'm going to stop pretending to know what it is, but I know I don't like it. Their presence to me has not
Drive
been,
line. How about hit a line drive?
Yes.
Yeah, make contact.
Their
yeah.
presence in all of this has not been validated. That's all I will say.
No, it's true.
Okay? I don't want to get into an argument about what the hell drive line is. I just want to tell you that since they've come around, the team strikes out a ton. So there's that.
Hashtag Rice was right.
They're throwing Jim Rice out of the batting cages because he's an idiot. That they treat Jim Rice like an idiot. So they don't know what the hell they're doing. I call Baltimore a stupid team for their incident last Saturday. The Red Sox are a stupid team. They don't have answers. And they play and look like the Bad News Bears, like a stupid team.
It's that part of it too. I mean, the way they play. It's not just the strikeouts and the approach at the plate, but just like the carelessness in the field is mind-boggling and it has not changed. And the lack of development of some of these young players as well. Whether it's on the pitching staff or some of these young hitters that they're bringing up too. It doesn't feel like Alex Cora is pressing the right buttons in terms of maximizing the young talent as well. The guys that have played their best are either veterans that have been on the roster or veterans that you've brought in and were already established. It doesn't feel like there's growth with some of these younger players on this roster from this coaching staff, which is another problem.
And you've even effed up the only good thing you have is Devers, who is hitting the cover off the ball, and you royally have screwed that.
And now you're afraid to talk to him. You can't talk to him.
Yeah, it's like you can't touch it, can't talk.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like, what do you think the culture of that clubhouse
Terrible.
is right now with all this stuff? going
Terrible.
on?
I
It's
told
gotta
you.
be
I told you
rotten.
that over a week ago that it's not good,
It's got to stink in there.
and it's starting to fester.
How about Cora 2 days ago? We didn't focus on this part of his comments too much, the part about how he believes his job is to remain positive. And what is he, a cheerleader? Is that how he views himself?
No, but you only say that when you know it's bad. Like, no normal head coach or manager would say, you know what, my job is to keep things positive.
That's the
Meaning,
way I see it. That's my job, right? Try to keep positive. We know where we at. We're not winning games, but are we playing bad baseball? I don't know, man.
that means it's a bleep show and guys are walking around with their heads down.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
He's morphed into Gerard Mayo.
Yes.
That's what he is.
Do you know how many times I did interviews last year and we talked about close games and it was a play here or a series here or a defensive stop we didn't get or they converted that 1-4 down? It'd be a different game.
Once they cross the lines, it's not my problem.
Exactly. That's what you got here. The same. And you
It's
saw it
kind
in
of-
same thing in hockey too.
Cora said that message yesterday. They asked, is there anything else you can do pregame-wise, anything like that to change it? He goes, I think we're doing everything we can do. We just got to execute.
Well, Devers could take some balls at first. You could do that.
That'd be
pregame
awesome.
a little
Or
bit.
third.
There's a million things you could do differently. You can bring up Roman Anthony. You can play him. You could get Campbell off first base. You can work on a lot of those things in pregame.
Bigger question. Let's address it next. Does this team have any plans to stop the bleeding? Or are they just going to let it completely blow up this week? Because this is it. This is it. Your season either completely dies in the next week and it's over for good, or they do something to try and stop the bleeding. If you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand here. For more Red Sox analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.